She don't chase, she builds. Money making, Martine certified, verified, boss mode seal. Talk that strategy, coach that coach. She break it down, level up the whole approach. Certified mind with $1 million view. AI in her pocket, what you trying to do? She the plug, the map, the guide, the lane. Martine got that knowledge in her veins. Coach, now take that note. When she speaks, you better quote that quote. She don't just teach, she upgrade the game. System so smooth, it remembers your name. AI blueprint tight. This is proof. Martine moves in wisdom, and she talks that chalk, that strategy, coach that coach. She break it down, level up the whole approach. Certified mind with $1 million view. AI in her pocket, what you trying to do? She the plug, the map, the guide, the lane. Martine got that knowledge in her veins. Coach a coach, now take that note. When she speaks, you better quote that quote.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just getting myself finalized and a little bit of setup here. How y'all doing this morning? How are you guys this morning? If you're on TikTok or Facebook, if you're on Facebook or what's the other one? YouTube. I can see YouTube messages, cannot see Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, just know that, hey, I can't see nothing. I can't see anything if you are on Facebook. And Facebook's actually made some changes, and that is why I can't see you, because of the big changes that they made. Let's see here. I'm just wrapping up my TikTok setup, so I'm so sorry that I'm so close to the screen. Like, wowzers. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So glad that you guys are back. Good morning. I've actually locked myself out of my iPad, so I may be winging it for real today. Yeah, I'll be winging it because I don't know this password. I've tried a couple things. Good morning. Good morning. I usually have like my notes. So good morning, my YouTube people. Facebook, if you want to chat with me, then you've got to come on over to TikTok or YouTube. I can't see any messages, unfortunately. I do not remember this password. Let's see. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? How's it going for you? It doesn't even give me an option to do something a little different. Well, that's annoying. Let me see. Let's see if I can pull off one more thing, because I kind of need my notes. That's what kind of keeps me honest. So give me a second and I shall return. I just need to get like one more device. I shall be back. things, my usual suspects magically don't know where those things are. That's the way it works though when you have kids. Or at least that's the way it works in my house. So I'll do this. I'm going to pull up my other screen here. Because ain't nothing going to hold me. Ain't nothing going to hold me down. Oh no. I've got to keep on moving. That should actually be the theme for today. Good morning, Monica. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I've locked myself out of my iPad that keeps all my notes. So I'm having to move my notes. So just be patient with your girl. But that should be I don't know who did that song, but that probably should be the theme. In the community, I asked the question like, "Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's a little whisper quiet over here." And the question I asked the room was like, "How, are you checked in? Are you checked out?" I started this challenge almost a week ago now, and anytime I've done challenges, whether I'm the one doing it or I'm the one leading it, what typically happens is everybody's in until they're not. The stressors, the reality of what their lives actually looks like steps in. And, it starts to get quiet. All right. That's just what it is. That's what the way it works when you're working with people, when you're supporting people. That is just the way it works. Okay. I was aware of that when I went into it, and I know that that's going to be the case. Okay. And so we're going to work through it. Part of my work when I lead a community is to help people kind of get over themselves a little bit. Because this isn't about being perfect or doing the challenge perfect. It's about tapping in when and how you can as perfectly as you can, given the things you have going on. All right. The only way you hurt yourself in the long run is if you completely vote yourself out. All right. So we're going to be talking about that today. And all this month, I'm not moving away from this challenge. I'm going to give you tips and strategies and some mindset things to think about when you are working to grow your business and share your content. It ain't easy for me. I was supposed to batch another round of content 2 days ago. Still haven't gotten it done. Still been prioritizing other things. Right? So it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to get through it and we're going to do it together. All right. So the rest of this month, the theme for the month is the power of one. Now, if you're new, good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Just. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Market Hodge. How y'all doing this morning? Let me check in with you guys. How are you? Good morning, V. How y'all doing this morning? What's going on with you? What is going on? Good morning, Tanara. Yeah, Tanara, you're in the group. Good morning. Good morning, Ian. Let me see. Who else? I think I missed some people. Let me scroll back up. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Erica. How you doing this morning? How are you guys? What's going on? How y'all doing? How was your Wednesday? We are halfway through the week. I can smell the garbage. My son didn't take the garbage out, so I'm gonna be fussing when I get off here. Keep them in your thoughts. So I'm like, what's that smell? Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Happy Wednesday. It's the first week of August. All right. It's the first week of August. Good morning, Miss Linda. How you doing? Glad to have you. Yeah, he in trouble. I'm like, that trash, and the trash man come today. So I want that trash out. How y'all doing? Good morning, Brandy. So glad to have you guys. Let me do my little spiel. Good morning. I'm Martine. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I just try to pop in and offer you a little bit of support as you do this thing called life. But here's the secret. I'm also working my way through the things. So I'm going to do it alongside you. All right? I'm going to do it alongside you. And by the end of this, the end of the month, the end of the year, all of us should see growth in our business and our lives if we do the things that we come to talk about every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This month, the theme is Power of One. That is the theme for the month. I kind of grabbed this from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. And essentially, in Atomic Habits, it talks about getting better by 1%. We are only supposed to try 1%. Because if we can do 1, eventually we can do 2. If we can do 2, maybe we could do 3. But first, we just need to focus on 1. And here's what I've learned. I'm 12 days in. You guys, many of you are 6 days in. Some of you are going, Martine, I ain't even started yet. It doesn't matter. All right? 1 step at a time. We are only trying to get better by the power of 1. This month, the focus is social media. The challenge, and I'm still challenging each and every one of you to participate. Get your head out of the skies about what day we started. Wipe that out of your mind. If you didn't start on the 1st, who gives a crap? Nobody cares. Today can be your day 1. Okay? This isn't about perfection. This is about you and I being more consistent 1 day at a time. 1 post. I've got all kinds of things I want to post. All right? I got all kinds of things. But I've taken a step back and I'm like, okay, but girl, can you just post 1 time a day on 1 platform consistently? And that's what I'm asking of you guys. Can you post 1 time every day consistently? Let me make sure my other computer didn't go out. And they're going to be roadblocks. They're going to, there we go. They're going to be roadblocks. There are going to be things that get in the way. There are going to be challenges. For me, my today challenges are, I do morning motivations. I do them super consistently. And I've locked myself out of my iPad. So I can't see my notes the way I normally can. I decided to work on 1 set of work this morning and not the other set. So now I got to get caught up. That affected how soon I started my call. Like, there are all kinds of things that I can lend myself to saying, oh, girl, maybe you can't do it. So I haven't put out my daily post for the day just yet, right? But I'm recognizing that it's okay. And I need you to recognize that it's okay too. Couple things I need y'all to know. All right? Oh, okay, hold on, let me read these comments. I made my kid put the recycling out yesterday. Good thing, because they came first. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, Monica, that they're going to come first thing this morning. Melanin seduction, Erica's been on it at least once a day. That's all we talking about. Because look, here's where we get stuck. Y'all want every post to be perfectly polished. You do. You want the graphic to match. You waiting on your logos. I got some of you waiting on your websites to be perfect. But here's the truth. Nobody grows from what they don't release. That's the truth. Nobody. All right? Nobody. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes, but sorry. Nobody grows from what they don't release. And that's point blank and the period. Okay? Until you put it out there. Oh, sorry, V. That wasn't on purpose. It just matched the moment. Sorry, V. I forgot. She had done an update with me yesterday. I forgot, girl. All right? A lot of you are overthinking your way out of momentum. You could be really building some great momentum, but you are literally talking yourself out of where you really want to be. Don't get me wrong, I've been doing it too. I have 10 reels I need to do. Some of them are fun and cute, but I'm already starting to get nervous. Am I going to reach my goals? Do I just look stupid? Is this a good idea? Oh, I don't know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. All right? So I don't want you to think alone. I got 10. I found them. I have ideas for them. Every time it's time to do it, I go find something else to do. But if I'm not careful, I will run out of, because I do have a batch, I will run out of those, and then I'm going to come up with another round of excuses why I can't complete the test. So I'm saying this to you so that you hear that you're not alone, and that we all have to hold each other accountable to doing the things we know can help push the needle where we want to go. Okay? A lot of times, the folks I work with, y'all got content. You know what it hit me? Okay, there's this other challenge going on. I don't advise it, but just go with me. There's this girl that was posting content 25 days, 25 times a day. There's another guy who posted 500 times in a month. That's 17 pieces of content every day, 7 days a week for 30 days. Now, if your lifestyle doesn't accommodate to that, don't do that. Okay? But here's what it made me realize. I have over 1,000 pieces of either photos or videos in my phone right now. Between ChatGPT and the photos and content I already have, if I had the time, I could post 25 times a day just based on old trip video footage, old, just all kinds of stuff that I got. It's already in my phone. I would just need to format it to Canva, and that's pretty much it. And just post. Many of you are like me. You got 1,000 pictures in your phone, pictures and videos in your phone right now. And don't let me get started on my Mid-Journey and ChatGPT, folks. Many of you have several thousand pieces of images on your accounts right now. You literally could post a picture every hour on the hour and still have leftovers. Okay? So we've got to shift our thinking around a couple things. You already have what you need. Just imagine if you opened your Mid-Journey, your ChatGPT, them folders, if you pulled out all them prompt guides that you bought from 2022 to 2024 and just prompted for an hour. Prompt for an hour. And then batch created 100 posts. Good morning, Shauna. I think that's Shauna. Good morning. Good morning, Amuse of AI. I think that's her brand. Glad to have you this morning. Just imagine, just all them images, just your past images, where you could see yourself in 30 days. You've got 1,000. Just something to think about. Imperfect videos work. Imperfect art works. All of the judging that we do when we're scrolling, we're worried about it happening to us. That's the truth. It's just facts. The judging that we do, because as human beings, part of our humanity, we see things, we gather an opinion about it. Sometimes it's a good one, sometimes it's a bad one. And many of us, that's the issue. You're thinking about how you've perceived other people's fill in the blank, and you don't want that to happen with you. But I'm going to tell you the truth. No matter what people think, which doesn't matter, we talked about that all last month.
9 times out of 10, you won't know. So it actually really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because 9 times out of 10, you will not know. They will not tell you. And here's the funny thing about getting consistent and really getting on your game. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be jealous of your success way more than bothered by it. So you've got to let that go. You got to let that go. You got to let them scroll and let yourself show up. Let them judge. But you've got to show up. Yeah, y'all overthinking it. Y'all are overthinking this challenge. These videos, reels, carousels, whatever it is you're going to make, literally could be the last 25 of the last videos and photos that you have in your phone right now. It don't have to be new. Because we're only asking you to post 1 time a day. Some of you got 10 tips right now. You could make 10 videos on 10 things you've learned about AI right now. Because I know you know. You've got 10 things that you know. You could literally go into ChatGPT and say, based on what you know about me, what are 10 tips I can give my target audience about X? And literally put that camera to your face and talk about it. All right? And just sit down. Change every time you start a new video, put on a new shirt. Change where you at in the house. Y'all thinking about it too hard. And free yourself from the judgment of others. Erica said facts. They want to mimic it or they want to be an undercover fan. Let me make sure I muted myself on my YouTube or I'm going to have a lot of work to do today. Listen. I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all in the chat, Dish Martine. Let me see. She said, right. She could have told us she wore steel-toe shoes today. What you talking about? I ain't got no steel-toe shoes today. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's up, sir? Yeah, you can make eggs. Hey, listen. If I don't call you out, you may not do nothing different. And if you don't do nothing different over time, then you get stuck in a perpetual cycle of spending money and time on resources that maybe you're not really interested in. Or you also have to come to a place of clarity about what you want to be. That's what the other part of this is about, right? Because for some of us, you just need to be a hobbyist. There's nothing wrong with being a hobbyist. Okay, so I'm going to take the business part out. Some folks just need to take classes and learn because they enjoy it. Okay? That's why. Because they enjoy it, they love it. It feeds their mind, it feeds their soul. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Recently I was just talking to someone and they went and got a school community. And we were like, hey, do you really need one? Let's talk about that for a second. If you're a hobbyist, you don't mind paying the $9 a month, and you just want to kick it with people, that's a great way to do it. There's no requirement that you have to charge people a fee. Now, I have feelings about that. People assign certain values. So when you make everything free, when everything you touch is free, then people assign value. They may not be as invested. You do need to assign some value. That's just what I think. But I'm just telling you up front that you don't have to do everything with this attitude of, I've got to make tons of money. You don't. It's not necessary. And whoever told you it was required lied to you. You can do it because you enjoy it. You can do it to have some fun. And, maybe do a little, like a hobbyist fee. And it's just enough to cover your supplies. If you're teaching people how to do stuff, you charge $5 a month to cover supplies, or $3 a month, or $12 a year to cover the cost of your Zoom. All right. So that's the other part of this, because if you're just building community for the sake of building community and learning and taking classes, do it. Do that. All right. Then take a breath and enjoy it. But if you're wanting to do this for business, if you're saying, I want to quit my job and do this full time, that ain't me. Your girl don't want to quit her full job. I'm a part-time girl. I'm a part-time girly. Or if you're like me and you're saying you just want this thing on the side, you're going to have to post to social media on a regular basis. And I'm finding the people who are most consistent at it, content goes out 7 days a week. I'm going to say this too, y'all. I love a good app scheduler. It can get the job done for you, but I'm finding that everywhere, every single place except for YouTube, when I schedule my content, my stuff is suppressed, meaning that the algorithm reads that a scheduling app was used to post that content, and it doesn't get pushed out to very many people, if anyone. All right. So those of you who use scheduling apps, I've got quite a few people that they're like, once a day ain't nothing for me, because I schedule my posts. That's great. Keep scheduling your posts. Long range, it does help. But I'm going to hit you to a little T. Folks who've had a lot of financial success with their social media content and their businesses, they're still finding time to post, or their teams do, to post organically from the actual apps. So they post from Instagram, or they post from TikTok. Okay? So I just want to, pour that into you. So if you're one of my people who schedules everything, I would say find a couple times a week where you authentically schedule from the app. Because here's the deal. If you're using scheduling apps and you're not seeing any growth, you're not seeing conversions, then or if you're not being paid on that content itself, then I'm going to question the validity of scheduling apps. Okay, now keep using them. Don't stop using them. But I do want you to, use the actual app. Yeah, so one Mind Body and Stove says she schedules from the app. So she actually uses the app scheduler, which is a great practice. But those of you that are using third-party apps, so you use I use another company to schedule content that goes to YouTube. I'm telling you, if you're using third party, so something that's not TikTok or something that's not Instagram, okay? If you're using third party, take some time to post content from the app itself, okay? Now, this Saturday, the class that I'm teaching, we're going to be using an app called Edits, okay? Edits is Instagram's new app. They trying to be the CapCut of Instagram. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing, and I'm here for it. I'm like, come on through. Fun fact: when you use the Edits app to create content, okay, and you push it out into Instagram, right now, Instagram is giving it more reach. They're sending it out to more people. So strategically, it's always going to be good to post and schedule from Instagram. But right now, posting and scheduling from the Edits app gives you a little bit of an edge. And I'm going to take every edge I can get. And since the third-party tool I'm using works, now that I'm posting consistently, it's kicking my content over to Facebook and YouTube. And I've had several of my YouTubes go well over 1,000 views, which is uncommon. My YouTube is small. I put no work into it. I ain't trying to monetize it. I just send stuff over there. Good morning. Edits is not a scheduling tool. Edits is a video editing app. All right. So it's going to allow you to edit your videos. But its primary purpose is to support the Instagram created it. And right now, when you use the Edits app, you get a little bit of a bump in your reach. I think it's your reach. Okay. Yes, come on, Monica, plan that content before Saturday's class. Or at a minimum, just create some content so you got some things to play with after the class. That's a great idea. That is a really great idea. The Edits app works for Reels. Lord, see, now that you asked me, I can't remember the name of Repurpose IO. I use Repurpose IO. That's my scheduling tool. But right now, I'm only using it for Facebook and YouTube. That's the two places it goes out to. All right. Y'all know I'm having to toggle my notes. Got to toggle my notes here. All right. So here's what the power of one is about. To Monica's point, all you need is about 7 to 10 seconds. That's it. All right. It could be something that you told a friend or a piece of advice your mama gave you, depending on your brand. Again, ask ChatGPT, based on what you know about my business, give me 10 things I can teach someone in 25 seconds or less. Let me tie my shoe. Y'all, today's one of them days where either technical problems, physical problems, I don't understand. I've had to stop this treadmill like 6 times today. But it's okay. I'm going to keep going. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning. All right. So I want you to just pick a few things. Stand in front of that video, that camera. Record yourself. Crafters, have y'all seen my girl Talia? She's been setting up her camera and just recording what she's doing. Y'all mean to tell me, crafters, you can't record yourself doing the stuff? You can't, y'all telling me y'all can't do that? Record yourself making the crafts. Yes, record yourself putting that desk together. Overlay it with some voice later on. Y'all can do this. I ain't no fashion model. Face full of acne scars. I'm not what society says should be the woof. So if that's the issue for you, because some of you that's the issue, you ain't got to tell me. All right, you ain't got to express it. But for some folks, it's like they're unhappy in their own skin. All right. For some people, I'm going to acknowledge it because it's a truth. You don't have to say that that's you or not. Okay. But I'm going to acknowledge it because it's a truth for many people. All right. I'm a big girl. I know. I'm a big girl. Okay. There was a long time where all my pictures was like this, baby. You wasn't going to catch me with no picture below the shoulder. So I know. Okay. But what I'm finding is when people feel like you're being authentic and they can connect to you, these things you have in your head really don't matter at all. Okay. And it doesn't have to be your physical body. It does. All these apps and classes y'all been taking, making, what's it called? 11 Labs, Suno. What's the one where it makes the voice for you? All right. The content is already living in your life. It's already there. And we nosy as hell. We want to see it. We want to see it. Yep, we do. We're nosy. As human beings, we're nosy. Good morning, Stephanie. We want to see it. We want to see. Yep. We want to see Monica put her desk together because we want to see what the end result's going to look like. Yes, you are the content. And again, it doesn't have to be your physical self. So the content could be your screen all the time. I have an account I follow. All they do is Canva frames. I don't know what them people look like. I know if I go to their account, I'm going to learn about 4-5 more things about a Canva frame. Okay? I need you to hear that. It doesn't have to be your physical self, but if you're uncomfortable or if you want to, I need you to know I'm doing it. And I fully recognize that I don't necessarily meet U.S. American standards for what beauty is. I know what I am. Okay, so this isn't a confidence thing. I know who I am and I know what I am. But I also recognize that I don't fit society standard. No one cares. No one cares. Because there's a me, there's a Martine somewhere, looks like me, lives life like me, and would love to see me on their screen doing the thing they want to do. And that's the truth. Okay? That's just the truth. So, for Martine, it's my job to show up as much as I can, as much of my actual self as I can, so that other people know that they can do it. All right? And don't worry about what other people think about it. It's fine. I'm finding the more risk I take, the higher my engagement goes up. Because people don't expect me to do the thing that I did. So I'm telling you, creating content is as much about the experience and being creative as prompting, for many of you, prompting for art. Okay? So you don't get to just be in this zone where you prompt for art and the art is pretty. You also have to be creative in how you put that art out there and how you celebrate that art. And because we are such a endorphin thrive society, every time we're swiping, we're wanting to see something new. Oh, want to see something new, swipe something new, swipe something new. You, as that content creator, and if you run a business, either you're hiring someone to do the content creation or you're the content creator. That's how this works. All right. So since we already know that our society is looking to be surprised or entertained or to learn something, then we have to play into that. All right. We have to. And eventually we'll connect to that sale if that's the goal. All right. So y'all do realize that most people make a bulk of their money not by going live, but by creating content. And these youngins on these apps, some of them literally just the videos they make are how they make the money. There ain't no second business. They just waiting on TikTok to pay them, or waiting on Instagram to pay them, or waiting on the company that they did the brand deal with to pay them. Like, they're only making the content. And many of us are making the content, making the product, running the business. Hey, son, come turn the water off. Right? Keep it simple. And think about what it takes for you to be a creative when you prompt for your art, and apply that to the video content that you create. Okay? So, challenge for this week. Create something. If you're like Martine, I cannot commit to once a day, every day. That makes me uncomfortable. If I mess up, I give up. That's fine. I don't care about that like that. I'm hosting it. I'm facilitating an environment because I want to see you get better. But I need you to really figure out how you can create a little something and put it out there. And if you can say, Martine, all I could do is, it's 3 weeks left in this month, I could do once a week. Do the once a week. That's still better than zero. Because you know what you're not doing? You ain't canceling no subscriptions. So while you're not making content, you still having all those withdrawals hit your account because you said that you wanted to run a business. But you're not doing the things that you said you know are required to actually run a successful business. Your content is already in your life, on your screens. All right? So let me talk to my folks who create art. My folks who create art. If you're like, well, girl, I just create art. Have you ever considered recording yourself while you create the art? Have you ever considered sitting down at the computer and recording that? Have you ever considered recording yourself or having your spouse or partner record you, or just setting up a tripod? They'll be fine. Of you going to the Walgreens and picking up the art. Have you ever considered doing unboxings? Have you ever asked your customers to record an unboxing and then give them a discount if you can use it as a testimonial? It's going to take more than creating the art for what you're trying to do to be successful. And views are great, but views don't pay the bills. Shares are wonderful, and we hope that those shares lead to people becoming more and more invested in what we have to offer. But if we don't do anything, y'all, we're right back where we started. Having all those automated payments leave our account, but we haven't used our resources, haven't engaged in our communities. We're just not doing what we're supposed to do, so that eventually we have business costs, business expenses, and business profits. All right? That's what we're trying to get to, people. Put a 1 in the chat if you can create one piece of content this week. Put a 1 in the chat if you're like, okay, Martine, I convinced you, and you feel like you can at least do one piece. Because here's what I want you to remember. You're not building a museum. Okay? You are not building a museum. You are building momentum. All right? We don't need you to build an online museum that no one's going to see. We're trying to build momentum. Because if we can do once a day, shoot, we might be able to do twice. If we can do twice a day, maybe we can do 3 times a day. So we're trying to build some momentum. Now, B, you don't count. So you need two. You already did 1. You need 2 now, because we're trying to build momentum. All right. Museums are curated. They're edited. They're organized. But momentum is messy. This should look and feel messy. Okay? When you're trying to build momentum, it's not meant to be perfect. It isn't. I have been building momentum with my calls for almost 10 months. It's been messy. Y'all, it's been, I was like, okay, I got an Apple Watch, y'all. Hey, got an Apple Watch. I'm gonna walk on this iPad. I'm gonna know what all my numbers are. I drove over the iPad with my car, the Apple thing with my car. As soon as I got the walking good, baby, I had ran over the dang on Apple Watch with my car. Setback after craziness. I've been sick. I've been overwhelmed. But no matter what, from October to now, every single week, I've moved at least once or twice a week. In the first half of this journey, I was doing 5 days a week most of the time. Okay? Take a breath. You giving up because you think that it's supposed to be nice and neat and perfect. Lies. It ain't nice and neat and perfect over here for me. Thank you. One Mind, Body, and Soul says, I remember when you walked outside. Yes. Constantly trying to test and figure out what works best. Yes. Momentum is messy. It's imperfect, but it's in constant motion. All right? So all of y'all that like to holler about you ADD and all of that, shoot, you should be killing it. You should be a momentum machine. All you chaos people, all you organized chaos, you should be a momentum machine. You should be thriving. But you may not be, because you don't actually believe in it. And I'm telling you, you can do this. You can believe in yourself. And that building to consistent posting online is messy. It's disorganized. You're going to be constantly trying to figure out what kinds of content to create, what feels most like you, what is your message. It's supposed to be that way. And then over time, there's this moment where it's like, this is what I want to do. And then you're going to do that over and over and over and over again. Case in point, y'all ever heard of Sly Honcho? Sly Honcho does barbershop videos. I've never had my hair cut by a barber a day in my life. But I've at least seen 10 to 20 Sly Honcho videos. And literally it's the same video over and over. He cuts someone's head. He narrates the experience. He has a few targeted things he says. But he ain't changed. Every now and then he'll throw something. I now know he's a vegan, because he threw a little something new in there one time. But the baseline is the same. But here's what I need you to know. It's the same because he spent time fine-tuning until he realized this is the recipe for me. Okay? A lot of us have all the ingredients set out. We've got the flour, the sugar. Okay? We've got the vanilla flavoring, only the good kind. We have all the ingredients set out. We've purchased all these subscriptions, but we're not doing any of the things we need to create the perfect cake, the perfect pastry. All right? And we've got to do more of that work. And it should be messy. Should not be clean. Okay? All right. So, drop a 2 in the chat if you've already posted this week. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've already posted this week. All right, I see you. I see the tools coming in. All my tools. Drop something else. Because if you've already done one, it's Wednesday. You can do another one. It's fine. You can handle it. If you've done one, go ahead and do 2. And here's the challenge for this week. Good morning, Whitney. Couple things. Saturday, I'm going to be teaching you behind the scenes some of the things that I've been doing, some of the things I've been learning, and I'm going to be giving you guys the tea on how to just improve your overall process and to really lean into SEO. TikTok is the SEO king. If you're not using SEO on TikTok, you'll post not that many people see your stuff. Okay. Instagram is on its way. So Instagram is stumbling right behind TikTok in this way. And I'm going to be showing you how you too can SEO optimize your content. I'm also going to show you how to use the Edits app, what I like about it, key features, and I'm going to show you how to design SEO optimized reels and carousels. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do both of those so that we can stop all of this random posting and you can start being way more consistent, authentic, and data-driven with your work. Hey, V, I won't be showing schedulers. There are too many. I can show you what mine looks like, but that I'd have to choose a scheduler and teach that one. And I try not to get too in the weeds with schedulers because there's so many different kinds. So I won't be showing that. All right. But what I will be showing is how to SEO optimize your content. That's going to happen. And we're going to focus on stories and reels. I'm not stories and reels, reels and carousels. I'm going to talk about stories. Stories a little bit different. All right. And then I'm going to be walking you through the Edits app. Okay. And it's free right now. The Edits app doesn't cost anything. So it's the perfect time to get in. And those of you who've been with me a long time, you know this. I forecast, right? So I'm looking at trends. I'm reading. I'm listening to thought leaders. And I'm saying, okay, I know that TikTok is making some transitions. We still don't know how things are going to come out. And so for me, I'm starting to build my Instagram and being effective in how I build it so that no matter what happens on TikTok, because I've had tons of success on TikTok, but no matter what happens here, I've got another place to land that I'm building. All right. And I really, now that I know more, I'm really trying to ground myself in what does Instagram say are best practices? What are the tools I should be actively using? And how can I be a creative? Because I'm very much so a creative. That's never changed. But how can I be a creative while also being strategic in how I deliver my creative messages? And I want that for you. So whether it's art, whether it's crafting, I want you to be the kind of creative that is allowed to be that creative human being while also leveraging strategy so that you can get where you're trying to go. All right? That is the goal. That is what I'm trying to do. This month in our free community, that is grounded in 31 days, one post a day. And guess what? Your day one can be today. Good morning, Talia. Your day one can be today. All right? In my class, I'm teaching you how to be a creative that is strategic in how it uses the tools so that you can tap into more people who want what you have to offer. In TRM, I am sharing even more insights around being creative and strategic. Okay? So you've got different levels of access to me. All right? You've got different levels of access. The more you invest, the more access you get. All right? That's it for me today. Put a 1 in the chat if this conversation helped you in a new way when we talk about building content. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like you can post more this month. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like you can do more posting this month. Okay. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Most of you, okay? Most of you are in, that are on today, most of you are in my school community. Okay, most of you are in there. We've had some folks who've been posting these last couple days. I'm gonna ask you to go look at days 3, 4, and 5. Engage with their content, okay? Because part of the puzzle is we need people tapping the buttons. If you want the algorithm to push your stuff out, you got to have people tapping the buttons, okay? All right? So day 3, 4, and 5, we've had some folks who've been consistent. Help them out. Go engage with their content. Then on day 6, because y'all know I'm going to get off here and post day 6, post some content. If you're like, Martine, I don't have time today. Between now and Sunday, because I'm going to post 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, post some content. And then as a community, we're going to help each other by engaging in one another's content so the algorithm picks up that people are interested in what we have to offer. Let's see. V said, put a 3 in the chat if your toes hurt. V said, put a 3 in the chat if you need a podiatrist right now. If you need a podiatrist, put a 3 in the chat. Okay? Y'all know I love y'all. I want us to win. I want us to win. But we cannot win if we are treating our businesses like museums and not living with momentum. Okay? That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That doesn't mean you're not going to be tired. That doesn't mean that challenges aren't going to get in the way. Today, my challenges were I really didn't move that fast. My iPad is out. I had to use my computer. I could not see my notes. Long list of challenges, but this call got done. All right, y'all with me? So I would love to have you in the class. If you go into the school community, there's a special discount. I'm going to be pinning the class to the top. Make sure that you enroll in the class. If you want an even deeper discount, you need to join TRM Learning on Patreon. All right. Last thing, next week, my kids go back to school. So my call is probably going to start like between 7:45 and 8 o'clock. Y'all know the first week of school, the buses be crazy. So I don't know if the buses are going to pick my kids up on time. I pray that they do. But I will probably be starting this call between 7:40. If you don't see me right at 7:45, just know, oh, the buses probably ran late. I might call in from the bus stop. We may deal with a little bit of disconnect, and then we'll get right on it when I get back on my treadmill at home. Okay? 7:45 between 8 o'clock. If you are not available, go watch the replays. I have people who watch the replays. They treat this like a podcast. They plug it in while they're working later in the day, while they're taking their evening walk. They listen to it then. Okay? So we've got to get these excuses out of our lives because the excuses are keeping us from the things we really want. And I'm telling you, when I don't post or talk about my content, the result is nothing. I get nothing. No one goes to my websites. No one engages. When I post and talk about my offers, the problems I'm trying to solve, who I'm trying to help, people pour into that. And I want people to do that with you. Sarah Whitney, I saw your journals, your Greek sister journals. They were cute. I see you, girl. I see you. Hey, Lena, if your babies didn't go back to school, no, you may be homeschooling. You might be homeschooling. I'm not sure. Do you homeschool? Let me know. My children go back to school. I'm counting down the days. I'm counting down the days and the hours. They're driving me mad. All right, y'all. I'm going to scoop on off of here. You guys have a great rest of your day. It's the last week of summer at my home, but it's the last week until I have a little freedom. And I ain't got kids talking to me at my desk all day while I'm trying to work. So I'm looking forward to it. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your day. You can do this one day at a time, one post a day. Yes, you are capable. Let's get that homework done and let's make it happen.